Hey, this is John Bell with Summer House Realty here on beautiful Amelia Island. I'm actually in between appointments right now, sitting in a hot car, just waiting for my clients to show up. But I wanted to take this time that I had to hop on here and explain to you what is about to happen with buyers agents and buyers in the real estate transaction process. And I wanted to do so without any clickbait, crazy headlines. It's been all over the news. It's kind of died down now, but it's been blown way out of proportion. Everybody's saying it's the end of buyers agents. Everybody's saying, everything's not much is going to change. So we are going to cover why this happened in the first place and what it looks like in the future, and what we have to do now if you and I are searching for a home for you. So why did all this happen in the first place? Well, a group of money-hungry attorneys have been after the NAR, the National Association of Realtors, for a while now. So they went after the National Association of Realtors for price fixing. Basically, they were saying that we were trying to keep commissions at 6%, and that goes against antitrust laws. But if you have done some serious shopping around when you go to list your home, you can see there's tons of different methods of selling your home. There's flat fee, $500 to list your home on the MLS. There's agents that do bigger flat fees. There's agents that do 1%. It's been an open market this whole time. So that is the craziest part about this whole thing, is that it really never should have happened in the first place. There were some other minor things that they went after realtors for, but that was the main thing. So that's why all of that happened. Now, the National Association of Realtors wanted to settle the case, and so they proposed X amount of dollars. It was in the millions, 100 millions. And they also said that listing agents could no longer advertise a buyer's agent commission on the MLS. So right now, if you're a buyer's agent and you are helping a buyer find a property, and you're looking on the MLS trying to find properties for them that fit their criteria, you will see at the very bottom there's an advertised commission percentage that you as the buyer agent can receive if you bring the property to a successful sale with your client. Now, that is going to go away, and instead there will be a seller concession amount stated. That seller concession amount doesn't necessarily mean commission. However, if you're a buyer's agent, you're going to have to look at that as, this is what the seller is giving in concessions that could potentially be my commission. So now, as a listing agent, when I go and list a property, instead of saying, let's do 5% total, 2.5% to me for listing the property and 2.5% advertised to a buyer's agent, you'll say, all right, well, I want my fee as the listing agent to be 2.5% for listing and selling your property. What would you like to advertise to the buyer's agents or for a seller concession amount? And that's the new conversation on the listing side. Now on the buyer's side, the buyer and the buyer's agent now have to sit down before even going out to see property and agree on what they want their structure to look like. Me personally, I have figured out the way that I'm going to do it, but I can tell you as a buyer's agent, I'm still going to be able to negotiate my commission out of the seller's proceeds, costing you nothing up front or out of your pocket, which means I will still get paid in the exact same way. Now there's also the matter of the Buyer Broker Representation Agreement, or the BRA. This is a new requirement from the National Association of Realtors, and it will be a law that if I am representing you as a buyer's agent, you and I have to have a written agreement. These have always existed in the past, but now, before we even go see property, has to be sorted out. So, if you and I have looked at properties, are looking at properties, or plan to look at properties, we do need to sit down and take a look at this agreement. It basically details the relationship between the buyer and the broker, or the buyer and the agent. and it also details the commission. So in my buyer's representation agreement, I am going to have stated that my commission will come out of seller net proceeds, and then it's up to me to negotiate. I'm not negotiating with you. I am negotiating my commission along with the offer that we're negotiating. So there's two things going on at once. That's going to be a whole lot of fun for me, but you are not going to have to worry about it. Everything's going to be okay. So it is not the end of buyer's agents. It is the end of commissions being advertised on the MLS. I have negotiated commissions in the past. It's been pretty much the same thing. Really, the only change that is going to happen is that buyer's representation agreement and the fact that before you and I go to see any property, we need to sit down and have that consultation where I make sure that I understand your timeline, your criteria, and you understand what is owed from me to you, and then we can get rolling on it. So it's a much more formal way of doing things. And then in terms of negotiating the commission, it's not really ideal for me, but I'm not worried. I'm not freaked out. I'm going to be okay, and I'm looking forward to it scaring off some of the newer agents that don't have skills to provide or can't really earn their commission. So that's the story, and I hope that it helped, and I hope that I explained it in a way that makes sense. And if you have any further questions, or you have some scenario that you're running in your head and you want to run it by me, let me know. Thank you for watching, and I hope that you have a great day. Bye.